Today we're taking a look at these NFL matches, which are happening on Thursday, December 23, 2021, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 500 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting advice that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks and advice. San Francisco 49ers vs Tennessee Titans. San Francisco is averaging 25.7 points per game. They are averaging 240 passing yards and 126.6 rushing yards per game. Jimmy Garoppolo completed 18 of 23 passes for 235 yards and 1 touchdown in the win over the Falcons. Jeff Wilson Jr. had 21 carries for 110 yards and 1 touchdown, while George Kittle had 6 catches for 93 yards. San Francisco has also played well defensively, giving up 22.4 points per game. They gave up 13 points in their last game and will need a similar effort if they want to get the win. This one is a matchup of two teams heading in opposite directions right now. San Francisco has won 2 straight and 5 of 6 as they have pushed into the NFC playoff picture after starting the year 3-5. On the other side, Tennessee has dropped 3 of their last 4 games as they have struggled after starting the year 8-2. The Titans have a slew of injuries that are impacting their offensive core, which has taken a toll on the team at this point in time. Missing Jones, Henry and Brown offensively is a challenge for Tennessee, and the offensive line has been leaky to say the least. San Francisco has played terrific football of late as they are pounding teams with a run game, and their defense has stepped up. Tennessee is averaging 24.1 points per game. They are averaging 202.8 passing yards and 142.3 rushing yards per game. Ryan Tannehill completed 23 of 32 passes for 153 yards and 1 interception in the loss to Pittsburgh. D'Onta Foreman had 22 carries for 108 yards, while Nick Westbrook-Ikhine had 4 catches for 32 yards. Tennessee has played well defensively, giving up 22.1 points per game. They gave up 19 points in their last game and will need another solid defensive effort if they want to win this game. Our first betting advice is to pick San Francisco 49ers -3. This season, the Titans are 24th in the league in passing offense with 202.8 yards per contest and 4th in rushing offense by averaging 142.3 yards per game. Tennessee stands 15th in the league in scoring offense with 24.1 points per game and 14th in scoring defense by allowing 22.1 points per game. Ryan Tannehill is 299 of 452 passing for 3,118 yards with 14 touchdowns and 14 interceptions. He's third on the team with 243 rushing yards plus 7 scores, though he has been sacked 41 times already this season. Derrick Henry leads the league with 219 carries for 937 yards and 10 touchdowns this season. D'Onta Foreman, 77 carries, 348 yards, TD, and Dontrell Hilliard, 34 carries, 228 yards, TD, have carried the load with Henry on injured reserve. A.J. Brown leads the team with 46 receptions for 615 yards plus 3 scores on the year. Julio Jones, 25 catches, 369 yards, Nick Westbrook-Ikhine, 32 grabs, 360 yards, 3 TD, and Chester Rogers, 25 receptions, 281 yards, TD, are over the 250-yard mark in receiving yards this season. Michael Badgley was 1 of 2 on extra points and missed his lone field goal try this season. Randy Bullock is 32 of 35 on extra points and 22 of 26 on field goal attempts with a long of 51 this year. For the season, the 49ers are 13th in the league in passing offense with 240 yards per game through the air. San Francisco is 7th in rushing offense with 126.6 yards per game on the ground. The 49ers stand 13th in scoring offense as they average 25.7 points per game this season. San Francisco stands 18th in scoring defense as they give up an average of 22.4 points per game. Jimmy Garoppolo has completed 252 of 374 passes for 3,172 yards with 18 touchdowns against 8 picks. He's been sacked 24 times for 159 yards in losses, while adding 47 yards and 3 scores on the ground. Trey Lance is 25 of 48 passing for 354 yards with 3 touchdowns against 1 interception, while adding 137 yards and a score on the ground. Elijah Mitchell leads the team on the ground with 165 carries for 759 yards plus 5 scores. Our second betting advice is to pick under 44.5.